Welcome back to another episode of Barely. Today we're going to do something not important, but I want to do it, so we're going to do it. Today we're going to do the front and rear bumper on Shelly, the Tundra. Today we're going to try to take it all off, mount up the new one, get it all ready to go. Let me show you what we're working with, and then we'll kind of get our minds wrapped around it together. So as you can tell, all of this is all messed up. The previous owner just did not take care of it, and so we got to figure out how to take these off. They're rusted, they're crushed, and it's both on the front and the back, as you're about to see. So let me show you around it, and then we'll get into what the plan is to fix that. Okay, let me show you what we're working with, and this is kind of the plan. We'll play it by ear a little bit, but that's what we always do. This right here is going to be the rear bumper. So it's going to have the straight bar across, and then this is just going to curve at the back on each side of this. These will be the posts to connect it, so that maybe this might be an extension in case it's not long enough. We'll see. This is going to be the front bumper. This goes across the front. These go into each end. And then this goes around the top or underneath. I'm going to go around the top. And these go in from the center, and the plates hook up to the front. So that's how it's going to work. I did get this as a pre-cut kit on Amazon. It's actually pretty affordable. I don't know if I'll recommend it yet, but we're gonna try it, put it on. We're gonna build it, see if we like it, and go from there. It seems pretty cut and dry. I think the hardest part's gonna be taking off the bumper, honestly, and then orienting these. So we just have to, as we weld them, just make sure they're oriented properly and all that. This might be an extra piece. I'm not too sure at the moment. So this was a pre-made kit. It looks like it was meant to stick in far, but that doesn't really make sense if we have these. So we'll just have to see how these work out on this side, but this side seems pretty self-explanatory. I do have a couple other plates for the back if we need them. We'll see if we need them or not. We're just gonna tear it apart and then look at it, because right now anything, even nothing, will look better than that, and I want it to look better than that. So let's get started. I'm going to start by tearing apart the bumper, the front bumper. We'll diagnose it a little bit, tear apart the back bumper, diagnose it a little bit, and then we'll start putting everything together. So after looking around, it looks like the easiest spot to start is here, and then working my way from the top down. I can see way deep in there the posts for it. I just can't get to them or any of that, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But I'm gonna start by taking the top off and then working my way down, and I think that is gonna be the easiest way to just get it all fleshed out. Let's figure it out. That first part was pretty easy. It also sucks because I don't think I can come back from that. So if you look, every single one broke. They were just so rusted in there that as soon as I put any pressure on it, they just snapped. So yeah, we're doing this now for sure. So let's just keep going. Well, that was a beast getting off. Every bolt was rusted. and either snapped or some variation thereof. But it's out, so I don't care. No big deal. Now it's time for the most important part. Now it's time to take the bumper off. It looks like it's just a couple bolts, 4 bolts on each side. Besides some of the wiring, it should be done. We'll see, let's find out. I think I got the wrench for it already, so let's test our luck. Well, I spent an hour getting one bolt off, and then I realized I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Let me show you. Spent an hour getting this one bolt off, and that's it. That's all I did. And these are so rusted on, and I could only fit a wrench in there, as you could see. Yeah, not fun. Don't recommend. And then I realized, wait, this is actually a 2-piece bumper. So it has the actual bumper that bolts onto this. And I knew that this would come off, but I didn't realize that there are bolts inside of there that I could actually take off. So I took the actual main cosmetic bumper off. Super rusted. A lot of the bolts actually, well, 2 bolts broke in out of the 6, so not awful. And it's just because it's so rusty, can't do anything about it. So I'm gonna take the front bumper piece off, and then I can fit an impact in there. That's my best bet to get it off in a timely manner. I've already hit them with PB Blaster and anything else you can think of. Yeah, so I've already hit it with PB Blaster and then some heat and everything in between. So I'm done messing with that, and we're just gonna get it off. I'd like to keep this as a set, so then I don't have to put it all back together, but we might just have to, and that's okay. Can't complain about doing more work if it makes the other work faster. At the end of the day, it's still gonna be faster, so. Let's take the rest of this off. Well, that's that. I was actually thinking maybe I could reuse these plates here instead of back here, and then just connect the plate to that, and then the bar to that. We'll see. I have to look at it first, so let's look at it and then come up with the game plan after that. All right, so I took it all off. It was a beast. I think it looks pretty good right now. I laid this all out because I'm working with 2 different styles at the moment. Let's look at them, and then you tell me what you think, and I'll go with that. I know what I think, so I'm gonna go with that actually, but we're gonna pretend we're gonna go with what you say this time. This is gonna be just the center. Obviously there's gonna be the sides, and this is just for eyeballing it. So I could either go here with it, because I can just mount that plate to this front piece, or I can go higher, and I have to change the plate up a little bit, but I think that looks a little bit better. I think this looks a little bit better. Obviously it'll be poking out a little bit more, I'm just holding it. But this is kind of the thing I'm going for, and then the side pieces will stick out probably about halfway to the wheel. And we'll get it measured up and everything, so it'll actually look good. But all right, let's get started on drilling the plates and everything, and then we'll get to it. Let's get tack welding and every other thing in between. So what I'm gonna do now is, so I need the plate to be a little bit higher, and this plate hole lines up here with this one, but these 2 don't line up. So what I need to do, I need to mark these holes so I can drill some new holes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a paint marker, and then from there I can take the center of this roughly, keep it about level, and then press this on, and it's like a little transfer plate. It's not perfect, But either way, I'm gonna be oversizing the holes, so it'll be okay. This is exactly what I needed to be able to know where this is gonna be. You might be able to see the actual outline of that one, and that's gonna be about the center hole. But let's try it again. And it's gonna be the same thing. So I can see it. I'm gonna go drill these holes real quick, because either way it's gonna be close enough, and then I can slot it, turn it, all the other things. So well I cut some holes and I think they're gonna work. Let's see if it fits. Oh, that's such a tight fit, but it works. It's like just barely, but that will work. And then I can probably put this plate or this piece right here, or probably like that more so, but something along the lines of that, and that'll allow that bar to sit up above and then be a little bit closer. So I think that's kind of the plan. So I gotta do the same thing to the other side. I'll bolt them down. Once that's done, I'll show you guys where I'm at with getting this all tacked up. I need to orient it in the correct direction, and we'll figure that out. It'll probably be something like that, because I think it hits right on that edge where it curves. So it should be something along the lines of that here. As you may be able to tell, we had a little bit of flash flooding, so I had to stop for a little bit, but we're back at it now. I got the plate all drilled out. The next thing I need to do is get the extension pieces welded on. So we're gonna get those oriented, spaced on, get them marked, tack them on, make sure everything looks good, and then we're going to start measuring some stuff, and it'll be pretty in-depth. So let's get started on all of that. I'm just going to measure from the center of this to the center of this. I kind of eyeballed where I want it to be, but it's pretty even. It's going to sit directly between these two bolt holes, and then I want to know the distance. That way, since it's raining, I can't really weld, but I would like to just lay the plates down separate as far as they are currently, and then put this where it should be. I might also, I guess what I could do is just measure it like that as well, and just mark it on the tube where it will go. Either way, it's going to be the same result, so I don't know. But it's raining, so I kind of want to bring, or it's at least misting. It's misting, so kind of want to bring stuff in so I don't have to deal with getting rained on. Okay, so that separation was 31.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these 31.5 inches. Just for a reference, I'm going to measure the overall length of this, take half of 31.5, and mark it on the tube. I did determine that they will be angled out because it will be on this angle, so it'll be good. It will be good. I got the measurements done. The overall length of this, it was 47, so it's 23.5 inches to center. I marked that, and then I took 31.5 divided by 2 and measured it from center, off of center, to each point. Let's get started on tack welding these, and we'll do it inside so we're not in the rain. This is why we tack things. Come on. I measured it evenly and it was correct, except it is half a hole off from where I marked it. I don't know why. I'm assuming, my only assumption is that I didn't take the diameter of the pipe into account, but that's why we just put one tiny little tack on. I'm gonna take it off and move it from the center of the tube to the inside of the tube from where that mark is. So I'm just gonna take it off, and then it should be pretty easy, and we'll just double check. Let me go retack it real quick, and let's go double check again. Oh yeah, I just eyeballed it on that one, and it's a little bit far out, but it's at least gonna work now. It's centered. It's actually more in the center of the square plate, which is even better. So let's finish welding this up all the way around, and then we'll get it welded to that. I haven't cleaned it up, and I never said I was the best welder, but it's not the worst weld you've ever seen. It's not the worst. It'll work. So I'm happy with how my welds turned out. You might not be. Tell me how to do better. I have only learned how to do this on my own. So if you have any advice, just let me know. We'll figure it out together. So now that that's fully welded, I'm gonna go tack it on to the front. I was gonna tack this onto the plates, but I lied. We're not gonna do that yet. We're actually gonna set it up there and check for the side pieces. See the actual width that it needs to be to the tire, and then tack that on, because once the plates are tacked on, it's gonna be harder to match the flatness. So right now what I can do is just lay this bar down and then add the extensions on. You'll see in a minute, but it'll just help with the leveling of it all, and it won't be torqued up or down too much. It'll be very flat, because garages have to be flat, so flat as it can be. So I got them measured. This measurement is maybe a 1/4 inch outside of that one. What I'm doing is getting it center of tire. That way it's nice and nice. I could do it a little bit further out, but I think I'd start running out of meat at that point if I were to try to get it flush, because I only have about 3 inches left, and if I were to go center of tire 3 inches, and it would be right on the edge, and it wouldn't be good for welding or anything like that. So I'm gonna do it like that, and yeah, we're just gonna tack them on again, see how close we are. You know me, I'd never get it on the first try, so it's okay. I'm over it, but I probably won't get it on the first try. I'm gonna tack it in best I can. Not a fabricator, not a welder. I would love to be. I'm working towards it. You got to work towards it. So once that's done, I'm gonna tack it on to the plates, and we'll see where we're at with all of this. Once the main bar tacked to the plates looks centered and everything, we will then go and do the top hoop. Shouldn't be too bad. I don't know. We're learning. So let's tack these on and then get some measurements done. That's it. Before I fully weld this in place on the sides, I'm gonna actually do the top hoop. I'm gonna measure it. So I have the center mark already. I'm gonna find the overall width of the top hoop, and then measure it based off of that, off of center, not off center, hopefully. We'll tack that in, make sure that's level, and then that should be that. Then we'll fully weld everything else in. Well, the sun came out, so I can actually weld a little bit out here without getting electrocuted. All I gotta do next is weld this up to here. I'm gonna tack it, take this off. I'll do both sides at once. I'm just gonna need some help because I gotta make sure it's level whenever I do it, and then I think we're good. I think it's set. I did notice I do have to cut the ends off, just because they're really close to the wheel. One side's a little bit longer than the other, and I don't know if that's just from it being a I don't know if that's just from it being an Amazon kit or what. It could just be a tolerance issue. It could have been a me issue. I don't know. But let's get this finished, welded, and then it's done. If that's on good enough, I'm gonna pull it off and then fully weld it, and then we're gonna clean up the welds, bolt it back on, and then we're gonna look at it. Oh wait, there's more. One other thing that I want to do is cut all these excess tabs off. So just to make it a little bit more cohesive and look good. I have some cover plates here. I have to get some hardware for it. But once I get some hardware for it, then I think the whole front end will be done. I was hoping to do the back end as well, but I don't know what the weather's gonna look like, so we might just push that till tomorrow once this is all done. But let's get a quick look at it, appreciate it a little bit, then we'll really appreciate it whenever it's fully done. So. Now that I'm finished welding, we got it all done on the plate, everywhere, fully welded. I'm gonna clean up the welds. I'm gonna cut these off, all the excess pieces. Then I'm gonna mount it. Then we're gonna look at it. I think we're gonna call that for today. And then we'll get, on the next time, we'll get to the back end. I promise. Now that it's all prepped and cleaned, maybe next time we'll paint it. I don't know, I kind of like the raw look. The truck's a little bit rusty. Tell me what you think. I kind of want to leave it, let it rust a little bit, and then once it rusts a little bit, maybe clear coat it. We'll see. I want to see how it looks on it though. Let's finish up cleaning up all the stuff that we need to, and then let's go put it on. Okay, before we do a little walk around, let's discuss a few things that need to be discussed. So for starters, well, I broke off a bolt, and that leads me to my next thing. I bent a bolt. You can kind of see it's a little bit bent. It's a little bit crooked that way. It's because I did something a little bit stupid. You might be able to see that this is at a slight angle, which is good. That's how I wanted it to be. This one, also at a slight angle. But that means that the holes are closer together. Whenever they're further out, they won't fit the tips of the bolt heads. So what that means is whenever I pulled it off to weld it around and clean it, yeah, it stiffened it up so much that I had to actually bend the plates and unbolt the other thing just to pry it into place. And that's okay because we got it, but we messed it up a little bit. So one other thing, these are these nice new covers. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. I gotta get some hardware for them, so they're not fully in yet, but it's just temporary. I also think it needs a tube from here to here, whoop, just to fill in some of that dead space. But otherwise, from the side, it looks a little bit plain. From the front, I think that looks kind of good. All in all, I think the front looks pretty good, and once I get the back to match the front, it'll be at least in unison. So that's it for this video. I thought I was gonna do the other one, but just with weather, I don't know if I'll be able to. With that being said, subscribe, give me a like, give me a follow on all my social medias. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think of the bar. Tell me how I can weld better. Tell me how I can fabricate better. I know a couple things now. You know, don't fully weld something that's at an angle unless I plan on chopping it off. So I don't have to bend it anymore, but just let me know. You guys have a good one. Bye.